Hello and welcome to the Shy Life podcast with me, Shy Yeti. Yes, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen in this first show. I'm just going to try a lot of different things and see what works best. Yep. Okay, right, let's get started. Play the music. Before I continue much further, I just kind of wanted to share with you why I'm trying to do this podcast. Those of you who will remember my videos on YouTube under Mr. Shy Yeti will be thinking, perhaps, why don't I go back to doing that? Well, you know, that was fun, but it did get to the stage where the editing became a problem. I'm hoping that won't be the same case with the editing of this show, but we shall see. I do want to do different things, though, with the podcast. I myself have started listening to some really good podcasts in the last 2 or 3 years. I will mention my favourites at some point. But I think I've learned a lot of tips from listening to those shows. And one of the things, you know, I have learned myself is that I would listen to a podcast in a situation that I would never have the time to listen to, say, watch a video. I listen to podcasts while I'm doing work, while I'm commuting. It's a completely different form of communication, and you know, I've got ideas for my show that are, you know, perhaps a little bit like the videos I used to make. I want to sort of make them lots of little segments, perhaps with different people. I want to mix in my travelling with my poetry and my writing. I might record things if I do any shows on, you know, as I say, on holiday perhaps. Yeah, and I have guests, and I want to talk about old films, sort of perhaps more obscure films. Well, I want to talk about lots of all the things that make up the Shy Life, the Shy Yeti's life. And now, as far as length is concerned, well, hey, I have read a lot of things that said all podcasts should only be 22 minutes long, and to be honest, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts that are far longer than that, and I like all, you know, I like all different sorts of length. Yeah, and so I am going to see how my show works out, and I probably won't do more than an hour at most, but I might do half hour. I shall see. It may change from episode to episode. I'm going to record quite a lot of material to start with and piece together some episodes in advance so that before I put the first episode out, I already have a few more recorded. Anyway, so I shall move on now, and I may come back to the subject. I may talk more later, but let's see what happens next. Thank you for listening. Well, I've got a couple of letters here that I think they're actually sort of well wishes about the new show, so that's quite exciting. One of them is from a gentleman named Charlie Gurr. It's quite well known where he comes from. Charlie Gurr says, "I always did think that you had a face for radio." Well, thank you, Charlie. And the other one here is from, can't quite make out the name, Katrina something or other. Anyway, she says, "Is it true that when you used to make your videos, you ended up on the video nasty list?" Well, no, it's not true, Katrina. Thank you for writing in though anyway. Mr. Mosquito.
Mr. Mosquito quite ferocious, his table manners most atrocious. He'll do his worst now as you're sleeping, in your ear hole deeply creeping. Busy buzzing has his way, he plans to dine but will not pay. Some claim he cares not why attacks. Just keep an eye out, just don't relax. A horrid, hovering, winged beast, you are his brunch, his midnight feast. Mr. Mosquito quite persistent, don't think to him you'll be resistant. Repellent sprays just make you wetter, whilst pills and potions work no better. Those creams you use applied too late just help attract them and seal your fate. Some claim he cares not who he'll hurt, he'll chew your veins until they spurt, until your head begins to throb. Oh boy, he don't half love his job. Mr. Mosquito quite a sucker, your blood is what he likes for supper. Your tasty neck, your juicy flesh, that crimson nectar tastes so fresh. He'll zoom about without you knowing, steal all he needs and then be going. Some claim he cares not whom he bites, from the lowest to the highest heights. How strong his thirst, so very vast, I suspect he's saving you till last. Mr. Mosquito quite mistaken, so drunk on life he's looking shaken. A risky choice his way to be, it takes its toll and isn't free. With all this guzzling there's no denying, it's tiring work to be forever flying. Some claim he should have known the dangers, slurping blood from total strangers. But he met his match, the town vampire. Mr. Mosquito is now retired.
One of the things that you learn when you are a librarian is that you can't trust books. I mean, they will lie to you. Not all of them. It's like children, you know, some are more honest than others. Politicians, you know, books are the same. You have to be very careful. Some of them will come and tell you, look, you know, I've got some at the moment that say they were published in 2017, which, you know, is 2016. They clearly haven't been published in 2017. That is, unless they've come through some sort of time portal, which I guess is possible, but unlikely. So, as I was saying, one of my jobs is to buy new books for the library, which is great. Really enjoyable. I enjoy doing that. One of the sadder parts is when I have to decide to get rid of them, which ones are going to go. Sometimes they're just not being used anymore, and we are a very small library. We do need to kind of make space for new things to come in. You know, it's always difficult. But the other thing, going back to what I was saying about books lying, it's not so much lying as occasionally they will sprout new chapters. Yeah, it's true. It is honestly true. I mean, they are trees after all, or they come from trees. But you know, the trouble is, you have to keep an eye on all of the books because, you know, after they've been there for a while, and if the air is slightly damp, then yeah, you can quite easily find new chapters developing inside the books, and they won't necessarily be of the subject you want either. So you could be reading, I don't know, 21 leaders of the 21st century, but inside a chapter from a Jackie Collins has suddenly sprouted. Or you might be reading, I don't know, leadership therapy or something, and inside you've got J.K. Rowling, which, you know, nothing wrong with Harry Potter, but it doesn't belong there. So you have to be so careful. But I've got a book here that it's been on the shelf about 5 years. It's developed a few chapters from Alice in Wonderland. So I'm going to show you what I do. I have to remove them. It's not a, you know, it's a brutal process, but ultimately has to be done. So I hope this isn't distressing for anyone. So I've got the chapter here, which shouldn't be here, and I have to rip it out. There's another one here. I have to rip it out. If you do it quickly, they don't feel any pain. So you really have to get on with it, do it, and Ooh, that's nasty. I have to get a bit of sellotape for that one. It's leaking a few words. And this is the last. There we go. So that book is back to normal now. It's as it should be. Book on the environment, and now it doesn't have those Alice in Wonderland chapters inside it. Well, I mean, I'd rather have Alice in Wonderland here in the library. It's more interest to me, but sadly, no, it doesn't belong here. So anyway, we may come back to this another time, but I hope it hasn't been too distressing to listen to. I just thought it'd be interesting for you to see some of the things I have to do in my job as a librarian. Another time I may discuss the magic of shushing. Shh. See, yeah, it's not just shushing is something you get taught in library school. It's not as simple as you might think, but that's a story for another day. But anyway, meanwhile, elsewhere.
Hello, my name is Damius Twinklehorn. I'm an actor. I am here to just discuss with you a number of the films that I was in. You may have seen me in a number of Hammer films during the 1960s. I played a tree during Tickle the Heart of Dracula in 1966, and again I played the back end of a horse during Pick the Nose of Frankenstein in 1968. I must say it was quite a thing, quite an experience. I was also in a number of 70s horror movies, many of them made in Italy. I played a pigeon in Slash the Face of Juliet in 1971, and I was also, I was a stunt double for the main female lead, because I have very delicate ankles. Yes, very delicate ankles for that matter. It's just my little joke. I shall be back soon, when I shall talk to you more about my experiences in the movie business. This is Damius Twinklehorn signing out. Bye.
I'm sorry, dearie, what is it you wanted to say? Really? Tell me, what do you want? Can I help you? What do you... Really? Did you like the first show that I did? Did you like it? You're not sure? Maybe you need to listen to it again. Second time. Yeah? Oh, that doesn't sound... What was that, like a 5 out of 10 review? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. I think that's probably a 5 out of 10. I hope everyone else enjoyed it a little bit more than that. Yeah. Maybe next episode. Yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, it was a little bit rough around the edges, but we can only get better. We really can only get better. Okay, well, join me next time, and I'll say goodbye for now. Goodbye for now!